guys just seen that? I got dog hair everywhere. My dog hair is everywhere. What's good, y'all? What's good, man? Yo, what's happening? What's happening, man? What's good? It's a fucking Friday night, baby. It's a Friday night. A little bit of a different vibe. You know, I was gonna go live earlier, but shit happens sometimes. But I wanted to make sure I got some content out. I had some shit I gotta talk about, man. I would have been mad if I had to wait till Monday. What's good, Elijah, my boy? How you doing? It's the weekend, baby. It's the weekend, man. It's time to relax now. How's everybody out there, man? Yes, sir. I know, probably a different vibe. Let me know how y'all like this vibe. Let me know if y'all like the night vibe. We got some stuff to talk about. Went on a day trip to Toledo, got Waffle House, went to Art Museum on our way back. Damn, you've been doing some vibey shit. Hey, you've been doing some vibey ass shit, yo. Bro. What the fuck? Let me find out you got some shit going on over there, Elijah. Oh, man. 2-hour drive with Krispy Kreme. That's not too bad. I've done 24 hours straight. Well, it really wasn't 24 hours. It was like 25 hours, 25 and a half hours straight in one day. She says hi. I say hi. What's good, man? But welcome. I know we're doing a little bit of a late show. But like I said, I got to talk about some of this shit. So welcome to another episode of the Jayson Estrera Show, where we talk about basketball as accurate as possible. If you saw the picture and if you saw the title, then you know exactly what's going on. We gonna be talking about LeBron James versus Stephen A. Smith. That should be a real fight, by the way. They should just make that shit happen. LeBron was standing over him and shit like they was doing a face-off. It was crazy. 24 hours is crazy, man. Yeah, no, I was dry, bro. I was just trying to get back home. I was trying to get back home from New York, so we did the drive straight. I wasn't trying to stop nowhere. We had our dog in the car. It was crazy, bro. It was a wild. I don't know how I did it. I've never been able to replicate it since then. I've had to cut the drive into a 10-hour and a 14-hour drive because I can't. 24 hours is insane, but 24 hours is crazy. But like I said, man, we're gonna be talking about this LeBron James, Stephen A. shit because it came out of nowhere, one, right? And number two, we have Stephen A. responding to it. LeBron is going to end up getting asked about this shit on, over and over again, right? So let's talk about it. Fuck it. Let's talk about it, right? So if you guys haven't heard, during the Knicks-Lakers game, there was a little bit of an altercation, an interaction really is what I would say, between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. was sitting courtside to watch the Lakers-Knicks game, and let's take a look at this. And there you have it. I mean, I'll be honest with y'all. I feel like truthfully, this was pointless. And if you haven't heard, there's a whole 3-minute thing on First Take where Stephen A. responds, or no, it's actually even longer than that. It's like a 10-minute thing where Stephen A. responds to LeBron, to all the criticism. First of all, Stephen A. Smith, he said he was surprised that it went viral. He said that he wasn't going to address the situation. Mind you, he was courtside at a Lakers-Knicks game, and LeBron James, who the camera always follows, you don't think they were going to catch that? You don't think somebody was going to catch that? So, I don't know if Stephen A. Smith was just lying or what, but there was no way in hell that was going to get swept under the rug. And you could tell that LeBron was upset. Now, what was actually said? And Stephen A. said it was LeBron being a father. And it was something along the lines of, their relationship, Stephen A. and LeBron's relationship isn't great. Stephen A. even says that they're on a high and by kind of relationship. There's nothing deeper than that, but that's just what it is. And LeBron says, don't play with my fucking son, like keep it between us or something like that. Something along those lines. Excuse me, my allergies have been acting up all day long. And so LeBron stepped to Stephen A. Smith because of things that Stephen A. Smith has said about Bronny James. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've watched all of the Stephen A. content on LeBron or Bronny James. However, anytime that I have seen him talk about Bronny, one, it's never disrespectful. Two, a lot of the times he's talking about LeBron. And so I don't know if LeBron got told the wrong thing, if he saw the clips and he got something else out of it. Because I've said the same thing. And if there's one thing I hate when people play stupid, man. like I hate when people play stupid with me. I hate that shit. So, LeBron, your son is in the NBA. Just like everyone else. He can get criticized. And you can't protect him from that. That's a part of the job. You were the same person that when your mom was yelling at the ref, you told her to sit her ass down. She wasn't a part of the team. She can't affect nothing. But you're on the team. You're still in the league. Like, there are some kids that'll look at that situation and say, wow, thanks, Dad, for sticking up for me. And there are other kids that'll look at that and say, why would you do that, Dad? You making me look bad. I don't need you to fight my battles. We're good. Because I'll be honest with you, when it comes to LeBron and Bronny James handling this situation, I don't think LeBron has handled it the best. Bronny, I think, has handled it incredibly. Incredibly. And I don't know where this gets lost in the translation to LeBron, but we don't like the way you're handling it. Like I just said, every player is open to criticism. Especially when their dad, who they end up playing with, is considered one of the, if not the greatest basketball players ever. It comes with the territory. I don't have to be the one to tell LeBron that. He lives it. He's been getting criticized for God knows how long. I don't got to tell him that. It's the price of fame. It's the price of greatness, right? Like, there's pros and cons. Yeah, you get to go achieve great things, but yeah, you also get put under a microscope. And unfortunately, so do the people around you. And let alone your kid who ends up doing the same thing that you're doing. Like, why are we playing stupid here? No one's got a problem with your kid. Remember when LeVar was saying all of those things about you guys, about Michael Jordan, about Steph Curry, about LeBron? Remember when he was talking about everybody? Everyone had a problem with him, the dad. You know that. You were in the league, LeBron. You were in the league. Everyone had a problem with LeVar. And then took it out on the kid. Let's not pretend like we don't know what's happening right now. And so, to go at Stephen A like that, because Stephen A said he didn't have a chance to respond. Stephen A said there wasn't a conversation. And as a father, he understood him, which is fine. I get it. He's trying to protect your son, which is cool. However, did he not have a conversation with him in a formal setting so that they don't have to have this conversation? So he don't have to get questioned face to face about these things. And LeBron has to realize that his greatness and his shine makes it that much more difficult on Bronny. It's just how it works. And you can't change that, unfortunately. It's just how the shit goes. But we took a unfortunate we were on the bad side. I guess Bron was mad because they ended up fucking like they ended up doing the damn thing to the New York Knicks. God damn it. I guess I'll get into this part and then we'll get into the game. Over the last couple days, or like the last week or so, there's been rumblings about JJ Redick for Coach of the Year. And I was just giving credit to JJ, right? I was just saying that I think he's done a really great job this year. And they've jumped up to number 2 in the Western Conference, and they've been on this winning streak, and they got Luka, and there's all of these things going on. However, to all of a sudden jump to Coach of the Year over what's his name? I would vote Kenny Atkinson. Simply because of the jump, right? Like, the Oklahoma City Thunder already won the Western Conference last year. They were already first last year. So they're doing what they had done. They're building on what they did last year. Kenny Atkinson took this team and they made a massive jump amidst a lot of turmoil over the summer about who's going, who's leaving, who is it going to work, is it this, is it that? And this team has been on fire from the beginning of the year up until this point, and they haven't let up. JJ Redick has been great. Do not get me wrong at all. But they were struggling with Anthony Davis, and this is no disrespect to Anthony Davis at all. Right? 28 and 12 or something like that. He's a very good player in this league. But a top 3 player landed on your lap, JJ Redick and Luka Doncic. That wasn't coaching. And I get that he's doing a good job of really managing these two talents. Don't get me wrong. I think he's doing a very good job. But a top 3 player in the league landed on your lap. Like I just said the other day, regardless of all the criticism that I had, I thought he was going back to the NBA Finals. That's how good I think Luka is. Overweight. I didn't give a fuck. He could have been 280 pounds for all I care. I thought they were still going to go to the NBA Finals. And I still would have criticized them. Because I believe he would be so unbelievable, even more so than he is already. And so the fact that that guy landed on your lap and you guys have gone on this run, I can't just give you that credit. Unfortunately. You guys a top 3 player. I thought he was going to lead his team to the NBA Finals. Let alone adding him with a LeBron James who's been unbelievable this year too. But you can't all of a sudden jump over with the Cleveland Cavaliers, the number 1 offense, the most efficient offense in the league. You can't do that. And then the best defensive you can't do that. You can't do that. Look at the players on that roster and even their second star, their second option, third option compared to LeBron James is your second option. 1A, 1B, whatever you want to call it. And I get the rest of the Lakers roster is not the most unbelievable group of guys that we've ever seen. However, LeBron and Luka. But yeah, and with that being said, my God. I can't believe we lost in OT last night, man. Like, I cannot believe we lost in OT. How we losing OT to the Lakers? OT. There's never much time. Like, how? How's that even possible, man? Actually, what is the injury report on Jalen Brunson? Let's see. Is there an update? Oh, yeah. He suffered a sprained ankle. So you're going to miss some time. So that's not good for the Knicks at all. So that adds on to it. But, I mean, we just talked about it the other day, right? In terms of these teams that are contending, and I'm going to give the Lakers their credit because they are contending. Excuse me. Listen, just very quickly too. Just because I don't think JJ Redick is the coach of the year doesn't mean that I don't think that the Lakers have a chance at this title. And he would be a part of that. It won't just be Luka and LeBron. However, we got to give credit to the guys from front to back, from start to finish that have been unbelievable as coaches. And that's, Kenny in Cleveland and Mark in Oklahoma City. Now, I mean, it's a big win for LA, but like I said, we spoke about it the other day. These teams find ways to win, and the Knicks find ways to lose. Like, like that's just the bottom line of it right now. Cat didn't shoot the ball well at all. I was actually confused when I saw him because I genuinely thought I'd seen somewhere that maybe I got fed some fucking fake news, but I'd seen somewhere that Cat was not supposed to play, or that he wasn't gonna play for like 5 games or something like that. So see him play, didn't shoot the ball well at all. 3 of 13, 1 of 6 for 12. And honestly, when you look at the score, 113-109, Karl Anthony Towns getting to 20 points would have been the difference in the game for us. Like, so he just really had an off game. And like I said, you just, the Knicks have found ways to lose. And that has to change. That has to change. I know I've been very critical of Cleveland, and I've talked about them needing to, I got to see it in the playoffs, right? But when we look at this team throughout this year, yeah, they've had blowouts, but they've had come from behind victories. They've had close games that they've won against every type of team, against the best teams, against the worst teams. It really doesn't matter for them. Kenyon Martin says it all the time. Winning is a habit, right? And they're learning how to win game in and game out during many different scenarios. We talk about win conditions. They don't rely on Donovan Mitchell having big games. They don't rely on Darius Garland having big games. They could do it in a lot of different ways. And the Knicks, I would say, have been the same until it comes to these top-tier teams. Against everybody else, we win in every single different way, all these different scenarios. It's just against these top contending teams, we just fall short. And like I said, it was a great win for the Lakers, but I really do believe that it was more to do with the Knicks, and it said a lot more about the New York Knicks than it did about the Los Angeles Lakers. And you get another 32 and 31 from Bron. It was just, these two guys are just, they're getting you 20 assists, 63 points, and 20 assists. They are responsible for a minimum of 100 points. Those two players were responsible for a minimum of 100 points. I know I had doubts about this shit, but the two players have figured it out. And like I said, no disrespect to JJ, but this is more to do with those two guys than it does with JJ Redick as a coach. And like I said, I still think he's done a very good job this year. But, I mean, Luka is doing Luka shit and LeBron is doing LeBron shit. JJ was on a press conference the other day saying he did something I didn't think I would have done, or I didn't think he should do, and it was successful. So it just kind of goes to show you how these players are and how this dynamic actually works with coaches, especially when you have two high IQ creative guys in Luka and LeBron. But Jalen got hurt and Cat just didn't show up. We've seen it in the playoffs with Cat. I'm hoping it's different, but shit, we'll see what happens. Let's see. There was something. What else is there? Oh, man, I wish Elijah were here right now to hear this bullshit, because he would love it. He would love this shit. Was it Wednesday night? I don't remember. Let me see. So many goddamn games on. I just be forgetting. Did I like the shit on thing also? Let's see. All right. It was this game. It was on Wednesday night. All right, so here, let me show you guys this. Let's do it like this. Bam, 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 boom. All right, so Malik Beasley a couple weeks ago was on Neon Stream. These streamers, man, these streamers. So he was on Neon Stream just talking about basketball and had this to say.
Have you ever, thoughts on guarding Wemby if you ever guard him?
I haven't guarded Wemby yet. The hardest player I ever had to guard was probably the Stephen Currys or the Klay Thompsons or like
What about my favorite player of all time is James Harden.
Your favorite player of all time is James Harden?
Yeah.
He's easy to guard.
Dead ass?
Hey, wait, whoa, don't bait this viral. Hold on now. He about to cook my ass.
I'm going to tell him. I can tell Clippers. No one clip that. I got you. No
He
one
literally
clip
said
that.
he about to cook my ass.
Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, they run nonstop off screens.
And Draymond. Oh, my God.
They just don't stop, right? James Harden, he does this. He's gonna dribble you. If you reach, he's good. But like, if you know the game, if you can just sit there and not let him.
It's harder to guard someone who's spinning.
It's harder to guard someone who's running around the whole game rather than somebody. That lethal step back is insane. I mean,
all right, so Malik Beasley, player for the Detroit Pistons, had that to say about James Harden. And then Wednesday night, James Harden decided to have 50 on Malik Beasley and the Detroit Pistons. I mean, talk about funny. So talk about some funny shit. Yeah, dumb boys got fried. James was just doing James shit. 16 of 20 from the free throw line. 14 of 24 from the field, 6 of 13 from 3. Go figure. Malik Beasley had 14, but couldn't quite counter the 50 piece that James Harden had. And this got me to think, right? Because, I love overthinking shit and I love just going against the grain on certain things. But I think, just listen and bear with me, right? If Steph Curry gets the title as the greatest three-point shooter, greatest shooter we have ever seen touch a basketball. Facts. Super facts. Facts. Steph Curry also gets credited for all of the three-point shots. And I'm not saying that he is not worthy of getting credit for it, because he absolutely is. Him, Klay Thompson, and the Golden State Warriors are responsible, or they deserve a lot of credit for where basketball has gone in the three-point shooting. However, the actual style of play of the current game of basketball, I think, resembles James Harden. Like, literally, the game of basketball right now is played the way James Harden and the Houston Rockets played the game of basketball. What does everyone say? Threes and layups, or not even layups, alley-oops. Everyone, if you get to the rim, alley-oop or threes. Think about the style of play that Steph Curry plays, that Klay Thompson plays, that the Golden State Warriors played. It wasn't a isolation heavy dribble into a double step back three. That's just not how Steph Curry plays. Honestly, part of the reason why everyone probably hates the way basketball is played right now, because everyone hated the way James Harden and the Rockets played basketball. If we're being real, if everyone played like Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, we'd probably be in a much better spot. Think about all of the players now. They are trying to get to a step back move from the three-point line. And, oh, by the way, if they break their player down when they get into the lane, they don't even dunk it anymore. What are they going to do? Euro step? Or a floater? Or an alley-oop? Turn on any James Harden highlight. Those are all of his highlights. There is not, you don't get any other highlights. It's all the same shit. And the funniest part is, James Harden don't even get the credit for being the original for any of those moves. Excuse me. He was just the guy that he was able to spam it so often. Like, you know, someone in a video game when they just spam the same shit over and over again. He was the first guy to do that, to really simplify his game to the point where he just spammed the same shit over and over again. And obviously, that's not what he was doing. I'm oversimplifying it. But his game, for what it was extremely simple. That's why, to Malik Beasley's point, his game came down to a between-the-leg dribble. Watch how he plays. It's a tween when it gets back, and it's in his right hand. He's reading you. He's either going to go right, he could cross, he could go tween to the left again, he could step back. That's what his whole game was predicated off of. And if he got by you, he's just reading. He could either pass it, floater, alley-oop, layup. This is how the entire NBA plays right now. And like I said, it might be why so many people hate it. Because a lot of people hated the way James Harden played the game of basketball. He got a lot of criticism for it. And like I said, if more people played like Steph, because the reality is, if you look around the NBA, not a single one of these stars play like Steph Curry. Not a single one. There isn't a player in the league that plays like him. Because the blueprint for Steph Curry and Klay Thompson was from Mark Jackson. And where did he get that from? From Reggie Miller. Steph and Klay are Reggie Miller on fucking steroids. That's who they are. And obviously Steph is a great ball handler. I'm not trying to take away from Steph's game. But a lot of what Steph Curry does is off the ball movement, and he needs guys on his team that understand what he's trying to do. That's why Kevin Durant was just in that interview in Court of Gold. He was talking about how no one on Team USA knew how to find Steph. Like, they were trying to figure it out. He felt like he was the only one because it's such a unique style of play. He's not coming down the court, dribble, looking for a pick and roll, going. He's going to pass it, run all the way around, get the ball, step back, pass it again, cut. Like, that's how Steph plays. Guys don't play like that. No one plays like that. Even the person that was supposed to be the next Steph Curry and Trae Young don't play nothing like him at all. Because Trae Young has the ball in his hands the whole time. And so, to my point, these are a bunch of James Harden's kids. These are James Harden's sons in the NBA right now. Everyone's trying to get to the same step back. And everyone is trying to break you down. And when they break you down, because it's a drop coverage, they're either going to floater you, Euro step, or an alley-oop. Literally James Harden's bag. And it's not even necessarily just James Harden. Everyone is copying the analytic shit that the Houston Rockets were doing. That's really what it comes down to. Everyone is following that blueprint that they had because everyone thought it would work for some reason, even though those guys never won a fucking championship. Why are you copying the thing that never won a championship? Shit makes no sense. But yeah, man, I was just thinking about that. I mean, the 50 piece was great, and James is really great. James Harden is really great. There was a time where I genuinely thought he was gonna go on this tear because you don't score 36 points a game and you're not fucking him. It just don't happen. It just don't happen. But you know, he's had a tough stretch. Another player that has had to deal with some weight issues, right? With some weight issues, but let's see. What else did I have? All right, actually, I'm going to table that one. I'm going to save that one for Monday. But like I said, man, I just wanted to come in here and have a conversation about some of those things because it really would have ate at me if I didn't get to talk about some of that shit. But that's going to do it for me for now, man. I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me. As always, y'all are the best. Elijah, you are the fucking GOAT. I appreciate you. Excuse me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. As always, you guys are the best. Now, before I get out of here, please like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff. It really, really helps the channel out. Thank you guys so much. As always, y'all could have been anywhere on the internet, but y'all were here with me. And I appreciate you guys for that. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace, peace, peace. Y'all have a good one. Later, y'all. Later. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace out. I'll see y'all on Monday. Have a good weekend.